Dear students, as I said in the last class, we consider the dynamics of the Solow model in this session. Now, if an economy invests more than it loses through depreciation, its capital stock increases over time. On the other hand, if capital stock depreciates more than its investment, then capital stock decreases over time. Now, this relationship between investment, depreciation, and capital can be explained by using the Solow diagram. Suppose that economy is initially at a K by L ratio given by K1 less than K star. Initially K1 less than K star. Now here I1 investment is greater than lambda K star. If it is K1, then the investment per head is greater than depreciation per head. As you can see, investment per head is, or savings per head is greater than depreciation. So what happens? K by L increases. It go on increasing until K star is reached. Suppose that initially the economy is at K2 where it is greater than K star. Here you can see that depreciation per head is greater than savings or investment per head. So K by L decreases over time. Again, this process go on until K star is reached. So, whether the economy starts with a capital labor ratio which is lower than the steady state or higher than the steady state, the economy ultimately move towards steady state capital labor ratio where capital labor ratio will remain constant. So, regardless of the level of capital with which an economy begins, it ends up with a steady state level of capital. In this sense, steady state represents long run equilibrium of the economy. So, steady state represents long run equilibrium. Whatever is the initial capital, economy moves towards steady state capital, steady state level of capital per head and output per head. In that sense, steady state represents long run equilibrium of the economy. We take the analysis a step further by asking how output per head changes as capital per head moves towards steady state. Now, if K is less than K star, K rises to K star, steady state over time. And with more capital per head, output per head also increases. And at K is equal to K star, Y is equal to Y star. Y is equal to Y star. And this is shown as a movement along the per worker production function in the Solow diagram. So, if K by L is equal to K1, Y by is Y1, and if K by L is K2, Y by N is Y2 associated with K2, and this is the point where investment per head is equal to depreciation per head, and the corresponding steady state output is Y star. Now the question is, One more question is, what determines consumption per worker? We know that Y is equal to C plus I. Y is equal to C plus I. Output per head is equal to consumption per head plus investment per head. And consumption per worker is the difference between output per worker and savings per worker. And it is the difference between this SFK and FK, these two curves. That is, consumption per worker is the difference between these two curves, consumption per worker and consumption per worker, associated with the different levels of K by L. And as Y is equal to, as K increases from K1 to K star, Y1 increases to Y star. And as Y is equal to C plus I, Y minus C is equal to I. And Y minus C is equal to Sy, and C is equal to Y minus C is equal to Sy, and C is equal to 1 minus S into Y. We can write C as equal to 1 minus C into Y. So, as income increases, consumption per worker C increases until it reaches the steady state. That is, C star is equal to 1 minus S into Y star. On the other hand, if K is equal to K2, we know that over time output per worker decreases, so consumption per worker also decreases until it reaches 1 minus S into Y star. So, the dynamics of the Solow model gives us a full understanding of the steady state. A full understanding of the steady state. The steady state occurs at K star, C star and Y star. Steady state is associated with the K star, C star and Y star. It is where the economy will move and stay. And if it starts initially away from K is equal to K star. If the economy starts with the K not equal to K star, whether it is greater than or less than K star, ultimately it moves to the point where K is equal to K star, C is equal to C star and Y is equal to Y star. In other words, the steady state is where the economy converges in the long run. Steady state is where the economy converges in the long run, and so it is the long run equilibrium of the economy. It is the long run equilibrium of the economy. So, in the Solow model, long run equilibriums, long run output per head is given as Y star, capital per head is K star, and it is this analysis we use to explain growth rates, differences in growth rates, slow growth rate, high growth rate, etc. experienced by countries all over the globe.